Alright, what up, y'all? This week's Frosty Faustings. There's a lot going on for 2x, a lot of upsets, a lot of results people didn't expect. And I thought, it'd be cool to do a recap of this event, right? And I thought I would start on Thursday. For those of you that weren't aware, there was a duel tournament on Thursday. And this is important because this is the first time Sonic, Inzem, and the twins will have played each other. So, spoilers, not really because it already happened. But the twins kind of got washed, Fast forward the set, right? If you want to watch it, it's on Tampa Never Sleeps. It was on Thursday, the other day, and they kind of just got bullied. Come on, they just didn't know what to do. What do you do here? What do you do here? The twins just kind of took it lying down, So winners finals happened. They ended up losing. It was a pretty bad wash, and then we move on to grand finals. So they meet again in grand finals, but as you can see, not much changes to the duo only bracket. Sonic and Zem end up taking it 2-0 again, which was interesting because it was only first to 2 for winners, losers, and grands, which is usually it's first to 3. But yeah, so the twins were pretty lost in the matchup. They didn't really know what to do, which is very important because they actually played on Saturday for top 24, and we'll get into that later. But first, we talk about the elephant in the room. What happened to Wawa? Let's go to that. So looking at the bracket, you're probably thinking Wawa lost to who? Kraken Socks. I also didn't know who this was prior to this, but after looking them up, doing some research, they're actually a pretty good Xrd player. Here they are, grand finals of Combo Breaker 2022 versus Peppery Splash. Have you ever played Xrd, however you pronounce it, you know the name Peppery Splash, and you're probably gonna know Kraken Socks. This was news to me. I didn't know if they were just someone who came up with 2x, someone who was around, but it's pretty sick to find out they're from a different game and they came into 2x, and well, they made the upset on Wawa. I have it right here, right? Just some footage of the match. If you want to watch it, it's on Che_IB. If I butchered your name, I'm sorry, homie. All right, so in the first game, okay, Wawa's playing Yasha Echo. He's playing his normal team. No surprise here, right? Probably thinking, all right, cool. I just need one more game. I make it out of pools. I play again tomorrow. That's what most people were thinking. Well, if you fast forward a little bit, Wawa actually kind of gets talked to in this first game. It's a 2-0 in terms of rounds for Kraken Socks, right? So Wawa decides to switch to Warwick. For those of you that are in the know, Warwick is very popular in France. So let's go look at that. But Wawa ends up making the swap to Warwick, and it actually works out for Wawa. Just skipping through to the end of the second game. Takes the second game, right? It was close as well, but the switch worked. That's what everybody thought. However, let's go to the last game. So Wawa manages to take the first round, but Kraken Socks brings it back and gets to this heavy lead of both characters healthy. Wawa down to Echo. No break is not on the table, alright? Any hit takes the game, so you have to be very careful with Wawa. But what ends up happening is he banks it on double Helmbreaker, and Kraken Socks takes Wawa to losers before making it out of pools. The French players in shambles. In fact, look at them. They can't believe it. Wawa, of course, frustrated at the thought of man, I'm in losers already. I can't believe this. This was by far the biggest upset. Nobody saw this coming, but the upsets don't end there. Let's progress into day 2. This was just day 1, and I think Wawa was the only upset on day 1, if I remember correctly. But fast forward, day 2. All right, we're on day 2. We were last on Wawa, so let's just close this out, okay? Day 2, Wawa wins his first 2 matches in top 96, then runs into Ikoan. Okay, for those of you that don't know who this man Ikoan is, Dragon Ball player, right? These great placings, First at Tiger Uppercut, right? Got 9th to 12th. I actually don't know if it says here exactly what placement you got, but placed decently well at the World Tour Finals. They're not new to the game. All right, they've been having great placements in 2xKO at events that they've been to. Okay, so by no means are they a random person, right? So runs into Wawa, takes the first game pretty convincingly, you know, around a pop, but this last game heavily in the favor of Iguan. So we go into the second game. What happens? Second game, Wawa finds his momentum, closes out the third round in very convincing fashion. Full healthy team, has break. He found his strides. But how does Iguan? Look at him. He's like, oh man, what happened between the first and the second game? You got the twins in the back. Maybe gave me some advice. What happens this game? Let's see. Third game, Iguan up a round, confident, knowing everything they're doing is working out for them in perfect strides. Gets the knockdown on Wawa in the corner, baits the throw. Curtains for Wawa. Our first seed for the event finishes at a shocking 33rd. That's insane. But the upsets don't end there. What else happened? Let's check it out. Next up, we have Hikari versus Yasha. You play DBFZ. These names are nobody new to you. These guys have had a rivalry for quite a while. They find themselves facing each other, winner side, top 96, both up, both one game in, one round a pop. Now, I wouldn't necessarily say this is exactly an upset per se, but if you had to bet your money on somebody winning, you would probably go Hikari, especially with how this round is going. But Yasha ends up clutching it out. But what happens? I think this was the point Hikari lost. He did not break this combo and just took the full brunt of the damage. When could have Hikari braked? At the moment this tag happened. But for some reason Hikari takes it. Very questionable decision, which I think is what ultimately led to Yasha winning here. Hikari doesn't wait till the second hit to break, but the damage has been done by this point. Yasha is missing over half his health. Echo is one hit away. You have to wonder, why did Hikari hold on to break for so long? Due to that, your character perishes, both characters perish off any hit. Yasha will take this any day of the week. He has the advantage, knows he could take a risk, and sends Hikari to losers. It has been a crazy weekend, but it doesn't stop there. As you can see, the French homies are popping off, understandably so. They know this rivalry goes deep. They know. Yasha was hungry for this. But what's next? Unfortunately, for the next upset, it wasn't streamed. We don't have any footage. Maybe somebody recorded it locally, maybe on their phone. That pops up, I'll include it if possible. But Sonic and Inzem lost to Ronich. It was crazy. I don't know what happened. They got too old. Sonic tweeted out saying Ronichu played extremely well. They're a Smash Ultimate player, as far as I know. They were pretty good at that game. You got killers coming from everywhere, man. You don't know what's gonna happen. This game is crazy. It's insane. But again, there's more. It sounds like a broken record. But what happened next? For the next match, we have the Twins versus Kane. Remember, Sonic and Inzem, who they were supposed to face for top 24, got sent to losers by this point. So if they win, they play Ronich. If Kane wins, he plays Ronich. I want to say, I thought this could go either way. I don't think this is a major upset, but it is what it is. Now you're probably thinking, what happened? Well, let's look. Despite the Twins' best effort, I just don't think they were ready for a high-level Warwick Jinx. That overhead, you saw it just land. Insane. It is so strong. Not only that, but I feel that Kane's awareness, like here for example, was next level. Tag, punish the jump-in button, take the first round. Despite the Twins looking a little bit uncomfortable in this matchup, with probably one character you'd never really see Jinx, versus Warwick, who's hard to manage as well, and really popular in France for some reason. Don't know why. They take the second game. Despite that first game, it looks like the Twins found their rhythm. Look at this. They have break. They're going into the last round, their last round, I should say, of the next game. You're thinking, okay, cool. They have full advantage. They just need to play solid for one round. Is what you think would happen. Kane manages to stay composed, tie it up one round apiece. Last game. This last round, despite this whiff, staying composed is insane. Let's look what happens at the end of it. Look at them. Look how locked in they all are. This entire sequence right here is absolutely insane. 2H is the jump in, gets hit by the burst. Does a burst option that doesn't make him whiff, parries the cross up. The Twins have gotten so much mileage out of this move the entire tournament. Kane did not let it fly. I think that one moment right there is what won Kane the set. Shutting down an option the Twins have yet to have people find an answer for. Thanks to that insane clutch, Kane took the victory. If Kane had got hit by that, we could have been living in a different reality where the Twins could have made it out winner's side in top 24. Look at him. All the French boys. Happy. Popping off for him. Look at him. He earned it. He worked hard. Good stuff to him. I think it's a little poetic that we're ending this half of the video the way we started. The Twins, Sonic and Inzem, ended up meeting each other in bracket to qualify for top 24. So you would think maybe the Twins had learned something from their last encounter. Yeah, as you can see, the first round is convincingly in favor of Sonic and Inzem. But it's just the first round. Stuff can change. This is fighting games. You adapt. Or do you? Second round. First game. It's not looking too good for the Twins right now. Clear advantage on Sonic and Inzem. You have to make the comeback solo Echo. This is not a good matchup for Echo either. But a little difficult to stop Ari being in the air and then backed up by Timo. Not believing in your hits either. You can see that there's doubt in the mind of the Twins. And you just level 3 to secure the round. So this first game, heavily in Sonic and Inzem's favor. Let's go to the next one. So just like the first game, pretty rough start for the Twins. Again, big gamble on the round start. Didn't pay off. Put them in a terrible position. No matter what the Twins try, they just can't overcome the wall that is Timo Ari or Sonic and Inzem. 3 rounds straight, uncontested. Without much difficulty, they end up taking the set 2-0. Probably in better fashion than when they played each other in the duel only bracket. You have to imagine that Twins are going to go back home and practice this matchup because they know that they're going to run into this multiple times and they can't just get stuck on the wall that is Inzem and Sonic. But shout outs to them for coming through to Frosty, placing 33rd, 25th? 25th. Shout outs to the Twins. Great performance, but Sonic and Inzem are just too much for them. So at the time of this recording, we're still in top 24, but by the time I put it out, this event will be over. Nice little recap for it. I thought it'd be nice to share, show you guys, keep you guys all updated on what's happening, how it happened, and where to find it. I'm looking forward to this. This top 24 looks hella stacked. It is brutal out here, bro. Seed 1, gone. Hikari, losers. Sonic Fox, Inzem, losers. A7, it's been a bloodbath. I'm looking forward to it. So I'll catch you guys in the future version of me later. Day 3 is over. Frosty finished. Let's continue the recap. Alright, so a lot of these went as you expected. Some of them were toss-ups. Jilla lost to Global 2-0. Super Noon 2-1 over Kane. Zondo 2-1 over Yasha. Bleed 2-0 over Leffen. I want to say Bleed was favored in my opinion, but Leffen had the higher seed. Just that Bleed hasn't gone to anything offline. But yeah, it was pretty convincing from Bleed. Losers went as you expected for the most part. K7 losing to Jakey. A little bit of an upset if you ask me. Sonic, Inzem brought it all the way back, just like Hikari, to make top 8. I want to say that's expected. As such, Senshi pulling it off. Another young blood, right? 17 years old. Bleed, 16 years old. I'm twice these guys' age. It's crazy. It's crazy. And they top 8 the most stacked 2x KO tournament yet. Kane pulling it up after the loss over Super Noon. Let's move into our top 8. For the first game on winner's side, Global versus Super Noon, it was looking pretty even at first until Super Noon managed to clutch it out. You know, ends up getting a hit in the scramble. Global whiffs, takes the first game. Move on to the second game. What happens? So second game, also pretty close. Both around a piece. Global down. But level 3, 2 hits away from taking it. But Super Noon manages to clutch it out with the DP. Global took a risk, paid for it. The Super Noon moves on. All these matches are a toss-up. You don't really know who's gonna win looking at the bracket. You know, like look at this. Like we know who won now because it happened, but this is really all a toss-up. Like who can do it, who can make it. Like I'm not super confident in any of my picks here of who could win the event. You know, Bleed versus Zondo was also pretty good. This was another close match. You know, 1-1, round apiece. But Bleed ends up clutching it out in spectacular fashion. Like look at what the game-winning move is. Let's fast forward a little bit, shall we? So right here in the scramble, Bleed gets a hit, gets the knockdown. You have to break if you're Zondo. Whiffs the throw on the rewind. Bleed baits the break, takes it. 2-1, last round. Very, very close, but Bleed clutched it out. This match right here is one of the more intense matches in the top 8. Hikari is Sonic and Inzem's training partner, knows their habits better than anybody else. This was maybe one of the harder matchups for them, if not the hardest matchup for them to get over in the tournament. Let's see what happens. Sonic and Inzem, they go up the first game. Comfortable lead, not too close. Look at him, confident, taking a little breather, discussing what to do. The advantage of duels, by the way, having a high-level player in your ear at all times. Fast forward to the second game. Confident lead, full health. Inzem gets a straight hit confirmed into the W. Well, I mean, there's still a little bit of life left on Echo's side, but you're down around, you're at chip range. There's not much you can really do in this situation. You don't have break just yet. Like it's virtually checkmate if they touch you once. They pop off, rightfully so. Look at that, man. That's so dope, dude. You and your duel just like, yeah. Hikari with a 7th place. Not what he wanted, but it happens, you know. You can't play at 100% all the time. You know, on the other side, we had Senshi versus Kane. It was unfortunately a French team kill. Kane takes it 2-0. Pretty convincingly. It is. They probably practice all the time. That's probably why they know each other's habits. No break from Senshi, unfortunately. Probably a misplay. It is what it is. Unfortunately for our dynamic duo, they hit the wall that is Global and couldn't close it out. You know, good hit. They get the break, but this is just so hard. Global, look at this snipe. Look at this well-placed jump light from Teemo. This was insane. Look at this. Here comes the Teemo assist. Oh, I mean, come on. Who expect that to hit? I was like, cool, you got the super out. It's gonna cover you, dude. What a snipe. Pops off. Ends their journey here. I really wanted them to take it all. I wanted them to push the duo agenda, but 5th place is nothing to shy at. For my winners finals, spoilers, right? Just saying, putting that out there. I mean, at this point, it's like, come on, man. If you're watching this, you intend to get spoiled. I thought this was going to be a lot closer. You know, Super Noon versus Bleed. Again, up in the air. I don't know who's going to take it at this point. But I was expecting a closer set. You know, Bleed ends up taking it. Drumroll, please. No. Taking it 3-1. Pretty convincing. Not super dominant, but you had a comfortable lead here. 16-year-old kid, man. This kid's got a bright future ahead of him. It is crazy. His journey has just started. He's younger than me when I started professionally. Well, when I started competing, I was 19. He's got 3 years on me, man. That is crazy. Actually, more. The kid's been competing since he was 13. He's got 6 years when I started. So, shout out to this kid, man. He's killing it. We're going to fast forward a little bit to losers finals here, okay? We're back to 1st to 3 territory. We got Globo You don't know about Global. I know about Global. I don't know if he started with DBFZ, but he had a killer Piccolo. And then we got Super Noon. Been around for a while. If you played DBFZ, you saw him play. You know, he also played Marvel and MVCI as well. He's been around. Kid has been competing at a young age. You know. So this set I thought was gonna be sick, intense. Well, let's check it out. So Global managed to take the first game here, but just kind of ran out of steam towards the middle of it. I get it, dude. You've been playing all day. It's a grueling process, you know. You gotta be energetic. You have to have stamina to play in tournament. Things last all day. This dude's probably been playing for like 5 hours at this point, 6 hours straight, no breaks, right? For the most part. But hey, man, third place. I'll place your seed. Good job, man. So now we go to the run back. Bleed versus Super Noon. Bleed won pretty convincingly. And Bleed do it again. So in similar fashion this time around, Bleed managed to go up 2-1 again, but Super Noon clutched out this time. Blocked the break, tied it up 2-2. This was a very competitive set, but when it came to the tournament winning round, Bleed managed to crumble. Bold, maybe pressure, young 16-year-old kid, new to being around offline events in such capacity. You gotta imagine the pressure is staggering to him. But this is just for the reset. This gives you time to reset your mental. Can Bleed bring this back? Can this kid topple the hurdle that is nerves? Well, let's find out. No spoilers for those of you that know. But this is a recap, so you should know. Despite Bleed getting the happy birthday, thinking they could clutch it out, unfortunately, you come. By the way, this part upsets me, by the way. I fast forward this, but I think production goes to the crowd here. Yeah. And then we just come back to an air throw. It's like, bro, come on, man. Like, who did that production? If you guys at Frosty or any other TL see this, yeah, never do this. Like, dude, come on, man. This is such a pivotal moment in it. Like, what if Bleed got this air throw, you know? Like, come on, man. I mean, it's just a little issue of irritation, but we move on. Brackets reset. 0-0. A whole new set, whole new ballpark. Can Bleed close it out this time? Or will Super Noon make the 6-game comeback? Despite the reset, Bleed manages to once again enter tournament point up 2-0. Can Bleed stay composed and win one more? That's all he needs to be crowned champion. What do you think happens? Super Noon manages to take a game to stop the this is pun not intended, the bleeding. Okay, this is pun not intended, you have to believe me. But despite his best efforts, Bleed topples a mountain, pushes the boulder up, Sisyphus his way out to become your Faustings champion. This is the first major tournament of the event. I hope to see this kid at other events, because this kid kicks ass. Again, congratulations to Bleed, Faustings with an insane tournament. If this is just a preview to what this game holds in store competitively, I'm excited. Like, this tournament was created. The upsets we call them, right? For now, we're amazing. Does Wawa come back? Does Wawa once again claim his title as the best? Is he going to be first seed next tournament? Is he going to not make top 8 again? Left and make top 8? Is Hikari going to stay in winners? Dude, there's so much happening here. Will Inzem and Sonic remain as a duo? How are the twins going to adjust? Dude, there's so many things coming from this game. And this is just the first tournament. Like, can Bleed win again? The next event he goes to. What's the next event he goes to? It's a 16-year-old kid. He's got school. You know, I don't think school's going to give him permission slips to leave all the time. But we'll see. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to. Let me know your favorite moment in this tournament. What you're most excited for. What storylines you hope to be built. Do you like duels more? Do you like solos more? What's more hype for you? Let me hear it. Shout outs to the guys at Frosty. Shout outs to all the players. And shout outs to all you guys for watching. If you like this type of content, let me know. I enjoy doing this. If you guys enjoy this too, I'm totally down to do some more. Watch the tournament. Catch it on the streams. You catch me streaming Monday through Friday. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.